AFMC is really known.
That this building will provide ideas
and also make sure
between the office hours.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of AFMC TV. I'm Robin Ledbetter, and I have with me a very special guest, Dr. Stacy Zimmerman, and she is the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences Regional Center's designated institutional official overseeing physician residency and fellowship programs. Thank you so much for joining me, Dr. Zimmerman.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell me about the importance of the residency programs.
Okay, residency programs are so important for Arkansas because they involve medical students who graduate from medical school. Medical students graduate from medical school and they are new doctors, but they must complete a 3 to 7 year program that mixes hands-on patient care with continuing education and supervision. You have to kind of think of it like an apprentice program where they start seeing patients with other physicians under supervision, and then they just kind of hone their craft over a 3 to 7 year period. The end goal is graduating a physician who can practice safely and independently and really be an expert in the practice of their chosen specialty.
Why is there such a need for a residency program in Arkansas?
Well, Arkansas, as you all know, has now 3 medical schools, and we soon will have the Alice Walton School of Medicine up here in Northwest Arkansas in Fayetteville. And so that means we'll have 4 medical schools. Now, residencies are required because these graduating medical students are going to need residencies to go to in our state. We want to expand access to healthcare across our state, our entire state. And the majority of doctors, we know from research, practice within 60 to 100 miles of where they trained in their residency. So building a sustainable pipeline for these physicians really will help meet the healthcare needs of Arkansans and keep those graduates from medical school in our state.
So is it about educating physicians for Arkansas?
Yes, it's about honestly serving the entire state, not just Northwest Arkansas. Arkansas is right now a large portion of growth in residency program development, but we are growing residency programs all over the state. We have a need everywhere in Arkansas.
So as you mentioned, a need everywhere, does that include rural areas in the state as well?
Yes. By starting residency training programs in the primary care disciplines, which is what we're focusing on in rural areas, it opens more doors for adding specialty training programs later. So these rural programs and these core specialties of family medicine are very, very important.
And you have a rural training program that kicks off in the spring?
Yes, we do. We have a rural family medicine training program in Northwest Arkansas and also a rural family medicine training program in development in Crossett, Arkansas. So our new family medicine rural training program that will kick off this summer will expand access to healthcare in Northwest Arkansas in these very significant underserved areas. This program let me talk about the first one, and that is the Family Medicine Rural Training Program in Northwest Arkansas. It partners with Washington Regional Medical Center to provide 1 year of training at Washington Regional Medical Center, and then year 2 and 3 of their training will be at Mercy and in Berryville at the Berryville Hospital, Mercy Hospital, along with the Washington Regional Medical Center Eureka Springs Clinic. Our other new rural training program that we are planning and building right now, it has not started yet, it will be in Crossett, Arkansas, and it will have year 1 of training designed at UAMS in their family medicine program in Little Rock, and years 2 and 3 will be in Crossett at Ashley County Medical Center, and various rural experiences. So these programs are essential to get those family medicine doctors out there practicing in rural areas so that they will stay. I will say this first rural training program in Northwest Arkansas that will start with Washington Regional, then segue years 2 and 3 to Berryville and Eureka Springs, is the first of its type in Arkansas. So we're very excited about our rural training programs.
It sounds like an amazing program. So is there a statewide need for physicians in for Arkansans? Do you see that?
Yes, absolutely. Well, we have been underserved in physicians in all areas of the state for a long time. We've been behind the ball in trying to get these physicians educated and out to these rural areas and serving our Arkansans. And we need to, with the new medical schools, graduating so many new physicians, we have to provide those training environments for those young doctors so that they can get trained and stay in Arkansas.
And you're also developing an emergency medicine program in Northwest Arkansas right now. And this summer, we'll be starting an internal residency program. Tell me about those.
Yeah, the first one is the new emergency medicine residency program, and it will begin in 2024-2025. This is a program we are building with a class of 6 first-year residents. Our new Washington Regional Medical Center internal medicine residency program at Washington Regional takes its first class of 8 residents this July. So we're very excited to be expanding residency education at Washington Regional, and are very hopeful that we'll have that new emergency medicine residency program up and running in the next year.
Very exciting. Yes. So specialty care, that's also an issue. Internal medicine programs are important.
Yes, internal medicine residency programs train not only general physicians for practicing general internal medicine, but internal medicine residency programs also allow future fellowships in subspecialties like endocrinology, pulmonary critical care, oncology. And why? So internal medicine residents go on to fellowships into these subspecialties. It is a requirement. And this then opens up that pipeline for us to bring more fellowship trained physicians in those really needed specialties like oncology and endocrinology, gastroenterology, back to those in-demand specialty needs that we have in Arkansas. So it's very important that our 2 internal medicine programs in Northwest Arkansas continue to educate and produce those internists to go into fellowship.
And I hear that there's also a neurology residency program as well.
Yes. On the planning books is a neurology residency program. We hope that we're currently in the planning phase only of this program, but we have certainly identified that we need a neurology program in Northwest Arkansas, and Washington Regional is committed to moving towards that program.
So from your perspective, which I know is bright, you've got a lot of amazing ideas and a lot of really great programs ahead. What does the future hold for the residency program growth in Arkansas?
Well, Arkansas definitely doesn't have enough residency programs to meet the needs of our medical students who graduate from medical schools in our state. We know that for a fact. We want to keep the physicians we graduate from our medical schools in Arkansas. That is the need, and that is our mission. And I think if we continue on this track, we will be very successful. We'll be able to grow many residency programs in Arkansas and really, really raise the bar and the standard of care for healthcare in rural areas.
I agree. And such a bright future ahead under your leadership, for sure. And
Thank
so
you.
before we go, Dr. Zimmerman, tell me a little bit about your supportive partners, because you mentioned a few earlier. Tell me about those and why those are important.
Oh, our supportive partners are so very important. And one item that just drives me and excites me more than anything is how excited community, highly skilled physicians are who are at the point in their career where they wish to give back, and they're demonstrating that servant's heart, and they want to teach these young, bright medical students and residents that come to our programs. And as a result, that's because we have great partner community hospitals, and they play a key important role in providing educational training environments for these residency programs and all the other items we need for our expansion project. So it's an amazing collaboration that provides a system designed to create physicians who practice safe and effective care. And a community hospital combined with an academic setting is a perfect learning environment for residents to really glean all of that practical evidence-based medicine from just highly skilled, experienced physicians. So our partners are the most important piece of our programs.
Well, Dr. Zimmerman, I've learned a lot today, and I'm sure our audience has too. I appreciate all the incredible work that you're doing with UAMS and the residency program, and I know that there's such a bright future ahead under your leadership. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Robin.
And that's it for this edition of AFMC TV. Thank you for joining us, and have a great day.